Well, welcome to another edition of the FHN One-on-One. I'm George Richards of Florida Hockey Now.
Steven Lorentz.
Sorry.
No, I don't introduce you, but yeah. What's your name, sir?
I'm Steven Lorentz.
Of the Florida Panthers. What's going on, my man?
Not much. How are you doing?
Good. Coming to you here from the War Memorial, the Iceplex, the Florida Panthers practice facility, a day after the Super Bowl. So we're letting you guys know this is Super Bowl Monday.
Yep.
You're a big 49ers fan. What was last night like?
A little disappointed today, yeah. I'm a little gutted for the Niners. I think I wanted to see Brock Purdy do well. He's got quite the story. So, yeah, unfortunately they came up with the short end, but it's cool to see a guy like Patty Mahomes and how well he's doing. And, I'm happy for the Chiefs, but, yeah, it's definitely rooting for the Niners.
Yeah. Now, you played in San Jose. The San Francisco 49ers do not play in San Francisco. They play in Santa Clara, which is like right there in San Jose. Is that why you're a Niners fan?
Nope. My dad's a big Joe Montana fan, hence actually why I think I wore number 16 in junior. That was his favorite number growing up, and I knew that he liked 16, so I wore that. And then I wore it again last year in San Jose. But yeah, I'd always liked the 49ers. Not a huge football fan. It's not as big up in Canada, but every time I would watch, Niners would be on TV at home because Dad was watching, so I'd probably just follow along with him.
You spent a year in San Jose, and I don't know where this all started, but there's now a thing where people are calling InNOut Burger overrated. And what is your stance? What is your stance? You're a fit man. I mean, you probably didn't go. You didn't do a lot of drive-throughs, I'm sure, at a fast food burger joint, but. You played in Cali for a year. I'm sure you had an In-N-Out burger once or three.
Yeah, that's right.
Your thoughts?
I don't think it's overrated. I thought it was pretty good. And again, that was my first time having it. You agree?
Oh, I love it.
Okay, yeah, I love it. I never had a bad burger from there, and I understood the hype, and it's pretty cool. The uniforms they have, and then you can eat it in your car. They give you the tray and stuff like that, kind of a little old school. So it was pretty neat. I think my fiance and I rented a convertible when we first got down there. And,
got to.
We stopped at In-N-Out on our way up to San Fran for a day off, and yeah, we loved it. So we went a couple times.
Not overrated. If you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
In-N-Out burger, killer. Speaking of San Jose, you spent 1 year in San Jose. You traded to the Florida Panthers on July 1, the Anthony Duclair deal that was, it was free agent signing day, but that came late in the afternoon, so that kind of got some headlines going. When did you hear that you were going to be traded to the Panthers?
So I was actually up at my sister's house, which is way up north in the northern part of Canada, and didn't have a lot of great cell service. So I was actually out on the boat, and I came in and I checked my phone and had 2 missed calls from my previous GM, Mike Greer. So I knew something was probably going down, and had a little bit of anxiety. So I had to go ask for the Wi-Fi password so I could FaceTime audio him since the calls were spotty. And yeah, he just informed me that I was going to be a Panther and thanked me for my time there. We didn't have a great season statistically, but I did have a lot of fun with that group there last year. It's a young group, and hopefully they're on the rise. But I was more than happy to be joining a contender like Florida, obviously following along at their cup run right to the end. Great to see. Not a lot of people expected that, but yeah, when I found out, I was obviously over the moon to have a shot at going to win the Stanley Cup.
You've spent now half a year or whatever it is in South Florida. What are your thoughts of this? You've played in Carolina, other places, San Jose. What do you think of South Florida?
I love it. I mean, anytime you can leave, I've been fortunate with the teams I've played on. Yeah. Definitely haven't had a ton of cold weather, but if you can leave the rink in shorts and a t-shirt, then it's not a bad gig. But everything here is top notch. The guys, it's such a good group of guys, very close on and off the ice. I think you could tell just by seeing us and how we kind of handle ourselves. You can tell by the emotion that we definitely bring a hard game, but we like to have our fun too. So facilities are great, guys are great. Not much more I can ask for.
And you're from Ontario, Waterloo, where hockey is kind of talked about on the daily. And you're drafted by Carolina. You play in San Jose. You play in South Florida, where there's other things going on. Is that kind of weird to adjust to when you go back home, or everybody wants to talk about, and then you're here going to dinner and nobody?
Yeah, I guess you're. It can be good sometimes. Obviously, it's nice having the people around, and it's great to see the attendance ratings now, like compared to what it was when I was watching as a younger guy. It's great to see. Like, there's so many diehard fans here in South Florida. So going out in public, seeing the flags in the stores and stuff like that, going for dinner, and the people, they think it's cool. They want to share a quick story or something like that. It's a lot of fun. So it's great to see that everyone's engaged and people are really buying in, and it's one big community.
And one of your, I wouldn't say responsibilities, but something you've taken on. Last year it was Patrick Hornquist. Now it's Steven Lorentz warming up Bob, getting Bob going. Sergei Bobrovsky, the Florida Panther goalie. If you don't know who Bob is, it's Sergei Bobrovsky.
You know who Bob is.
Everybody knows who Bob is. You guys starting to get a special kind of relationship going? Because I see the way you two interact. It does remind me of the way Bob and Hornquist have the last couple of years.
Bob, he's an absolute sweetheart, and he treats every guy like he's their best buddy. He's kind to everybody. Good person, very humble, very calm, and he kind of asked me early on at camp, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into.
Sure.
He said, "Can you warm me up on one of the days of camp?" And I did, and I didn't know it was going to carry over to an everyday thing. And it's a nice little thing we have when we go out on the ice, and he yells my name, I yell his, and we just do a little warm up, and he keeps it light. So I think early on I felt a little bit nervous, and I didn't want to ring one off his head. But there's been a couple times where he's asked me to shoot one right between his eyes just to get him going a little bit. But no, he's phenomenal on and off the ice. He's just a top-notch human.
I tweeted this out, and Matthew Tkachuk looked at Bob like, what? And I think you were in on this when Bob wanted him off his head. He wanted the pucks off his head, and Matthew Tkachuk is like, everybody was just looking, are you serious? I mean, that's got to be a little nerve-wracking. I mean, here's your star goalie, and he wants one off the noggin.
That's right. You don't know how hard to shoot it, and you don't want to just flip it there either because you ask you to, there's a reason. But no, he's smiling and he keeps it light. He makes you feel like you're really helping him. So we just do what he asks, and when Bob's happy, we're happy.
And I'm happy. I hope you're happy, Steven Lorentz. I hope you're happy. We hit the 7-minute mark of the FHN one-on-one, so I think we're done.
Okay.
Well, thank you
very much for having me on.
Thanks for coming on. Don't forget, follow us on the YouTube channel here. Subscribe to the Florida Hockey Now YouTube channel. Follow us at Florida Hockey Now. I'm George Richards, at George Richards on Twitter. Check us all out. This is Steven Lorentz. I'm George Richards. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.